Good morning, everybody. John Ponick with the Mohave Valley News. Happy Monday. Woohoo.
I guess.
This is the Daily Dose for Monday, August 9th, brought to you by the TRISTATE Radiology Center. The TRISTATE Radiology Center is River City's premier independent imaging facility offering both digital x-ray and open MRI services. Call them today for an appointment at 928-460-7226. And remember, at TRISTATE Radiology Center, your image means the world to us. Good morning, David, Jeff, Brenda. Happy birthday, Brenda. That's Nick there. Nick had battled COVID over the last several weeks. We got news at different points that he was in the hospital and that he was on a ventilator and that he was being moved and those kinds of things. He passed late Friday night, and it's very sad. Nick was married with a child. We had it's rough. 22 years as a police officer. He was the Officer of the Year in 2001. He was promoted to lieutenant in 2008. We got a lot of quotes from different people in the community about Nick. Tammy Ring was quoted in here. Other people, he was a big. I knew Nick personally, one of my favorite people, and a big advocate for the community. He was on the homeless task force. He was in SWAT. He's just the nicest guy in the world, so it's devastating. Devastating.
Yes, we are having internet issues, guys. Bear with us.
All right. Let's move on to the Family Dollar store.
Bad guys?
Two bad guys.
Two bad guys.
So, police have arrested two men in connection with the robbery that happened on Thursday at the Family Dollar store on Commercial Way. Brock Austin Smith, 25, and Christopher Jacob White, 27, both charged with armed robbery. Police had responded to the store that there is one of these fine young men with a bandana around his face, came in with a knife and gave the clerk demanding money. We don't know how. Oh, and then he also robbed the customer that was standing there.
What?
Yeah, for good measure. He left the store with an undisclosed amount of cash, got into a vehicle driven by another man. So they were. They then went to the Circle K Marina where they threw away the bandana and purchased cigarettes. They ended up tracking him down at White's home in the 700 block of Swan Drive. They found all the evidence that was part of the robbery there, and they were arrested. The police said that there is no apparent connection between this robbery and the one at the Baskin-Robbins store on Highway 95. So although it was pretty similar, they didn't wave a knife or anything at the Baskin-Robbins one. He just came in and asked for cash.
Yeah, I looked at the pictures. They don't look anything like those two.
Good. Then we also have this fine young lady, Berta Montalvan, 32. She's from Oklahoma, was passing through Mohave County on Interstate 40. She was stopped within the Kingman city limits. She was acting suspicious. They brought in a drug-sniffing dog. They alerted on her vehicle, and they found in the back seat her 11-year-old son lying across the back seat, not wearing a seatbelt. They also found 2.3 pounds of fentanyl near the boy, and they said some of the drug was leaking from its packaging, exposing the boy to potential harm. So she was, she accepted a plea deal of, she pled guilty to transporting narcotic drugs for sale and child abuse by domestic violence. Terms of the deal require the Judge Camacho, to impose a 5-year prison term. Sentencing hearing has been scheduled for August 31st. So, got some drugs, got her off the streets.
Hopefully the kid's safe now.
Hopefully the kid is safe and not being exposed to that kind of wonderful leadership. The parents must be so proud, yeah. All right, let's get to some happier stuff.
Okay.
National champion, Lolovich making mark on jiu-jitsu. This is Nathaniel Lolovich. He lives down in Mohave Valley. He's originally from Oatman out there. He is a national champion jiu-jitsu competitor. That sounds right.
Yeah, that's good.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's a nice little history on Nathaniel and where he was. He belongs to that Lucero's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu
Okay.
down in, I guess that's Mohave Valley down there. He's right on Boundary Cone. But it's a great story on where he came. He came in, wanted to be a jiu-jitsu guy at 370 pounds.
It's a big boy.
Yeah, and so his coach, his professor, I guess they call it, said that the first thing they had to do, he said he was fast at 370, but he was a little soft. So now you look at him now, he competed there, that picture, I think he competed at 290, and he was in the super heavyweight division. 290, ultra heavyweight weight class. But so congratulations to him.
And he was a police officer for Bullhead City?
He was a PD officer for Bullhead City. He works over at Nutrition One now. He couldn't deal with the day-to-day stuff as a police officer. A little too heavy for him. And so he's bounced back and forth between 370 and 200. He says he wants to be somewhere closer to 200 now. He's getting ready to go off to the Pan American Games down in Florida. So wish him luck down there. Good job,
Good
Nathaniel.
luck. Yeah.
Our other lead story we have here from yesterday's paper, D'Amico changes course, will run for mayor. We talked about a month ago or so about how Councilman Steve D'Amico has, good morning, Margarita. He doesn't look soft. No, he doesn't. Councilman Steve D'Amico has decided that rather than running for the Arizona legislature, he is going to run for city mayor. So he has pulled his papers. He was first brought on to city council back in 2014. So he's got a few things that he has decided that he really wants to work on with city council before and as mayor, hopefully for him. Before he goes and takes that legislature step. He hasn't ruled it out. He just said for now there's a couple things that he wants to see through, and the first one being EPCOR. He says he believes he has a responsibility to his constituents to see that through. Along with that, he'd like to work towards lowering people's water bills once the EPCOR thing is done. He's also really concerned about public safety on the river. He's got some ideas on what he'd like to push through. They just need to work through it. One of them is minors. In Arizona, you're allowed to operate a water ski, personal watercraft, as young as 12. He'd like to change that, maybe get it up to 16, maybe require a driver's license for that, and then also enforcement. So those are some of the things he wants to work on. So I guess we will have his term expires at the end of next year, same time as the mayor's term expires. So he will be pulling papers and looking for signatures and that. So if you're interested, you can get a hold of Steve D'Amico. We have a fire claims family home. The Bullhead City Fire Department crews were dispatched to the 600 block of Riverfront Drive, 5 o'clock on Friday night. They knocked the fire down, but it destroyed the home. There were no occupants, no injuries, or all occupants had safely left the place, so no injuries from there. All right, I think we'll come back for sports. We got a couple more lead stories from today.
Okay.
Let's do our community from Sunday. We have a couple things here. One is a nice column here from Nancy Monjo from the Legacy Foundation talking about backpack buddies. I could go through it, but really it is just a long column on how it went from something that she saw out in Phoenix to bringing it back here, getting the Legacy Foundation to buy in, and then getting the community buy-in. And she really just credits everyone on how they jumped up and said, I'm in, let me know what I can do. And then we have, I hope Cindy's still on there, we have an Elks donation. So this is the Bullhead City Elks donated $1,000 to the Tri-State Military Moms to help pay for the U.S. Marines Navy Corpsman Memorial that they're trying to get put down on the Arizona Veterans Memorial North Peninsula. They're hoping to have it done by Veterans Day, November 11th. So the Elks had their annual Memorial Day chili cook-off. And this is some of the proceeds from that. So from left is Dick Patzold, who's the president of Veterans United, Sue Tranny from Tri-State Military Moms, Janet Gagnon, secretary, Elks Lecturing Night, Susie Stillbauer, and Elks Exalted Ruler, Deb Cyrus. So thank you to the Elks, and congratulations, Cindy.
That's right.
All right, she is a great woman. All right, now we'll move on.
Okay.
So we got Mohave County Sheriff's seeking help with missing person case. There are actually 3 missing person cases. One of them is old. I think that's the picture that we have. Is Billy Laboda Jr., 35 of Lancaster. He was reported missing back in August of 2017. Last seen near the Topak Marsh and Topak Golden Shores. That's him. He is described as a white male, about 6'2". At this point, he weighed 330, brown hair and hazel eyes. So they're still looking for them. We also have a couple more more recent missing person cases. Philippe Zamora, who is the guy that disappeared riding his 1987 Honda ATV up off of Silver Creek up there. He called on July 13th. He called around noon saying that he was out of gas. But they have not been able to find him. He's 5'6", 240 with brown eyes and black hair. And then Lake Havasu has also got somebody they're looking for, Joseph Saldana. He disappeared June 29th. Saldana is 56. He was the victim of an alleged hit-and-run accident early May, suffered head injuries that required treatment. He was released from the hospital, but they say he could still be suffering from side effects. He's 6'2", 380. He was last seen June 29th at a gas station down on Lake Havasu. So,
Wow, God bless him.
yes. All right, and the Senate is getting ready to vote on the $1 trillion bipartisan infrastructure package. It was held up by a Republican Senator, Bill Hagerty, who forced the Senate to run out the clock on debate time, refusing to consent to speeding up the process. He is a Trump supporter, and so they believe that he wants to slow down this vote, even though it's a bipartisan vote, because that will slow down the march towards the next big bill, which is a $3.5 trillion bill that calls
Trillion?
$3.5 trillion for child care, expansion of Medicare for seniors, and other so-called soft infrastructure needs. They believe that they will get towards the final votes early Tuesday. They have as many as 20 Republicans that are expected to join Democrats in a vote on it.
I thought billions was a lot of money.
Billions is a lot of money.
Oh, trillions is even more.
I
though.
think millions is a lot of money.
Yeah, you're right.
It says senators have spent the past week processing nearly 24 amendments to the 2,700-page package. And I'm sure every one of them have read all 2,700 pages. Right, Mike? You think? Probably not.
I think when we get to the point where we have thousands of pages of legislation, we have lost control
I agree.
of government. There shouldn't be a single bill that's nearly 3,000 pages long.
No one's going to read it.
Yeah, well, nobody
Sure.
knows what's in it.
Yep.
I wish that they would go back to bills that you could understand, bills that you could read, bills that you could ask questions about, and bills that they could provide you answers about because they understood what was in the bill. 2,700 pages is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. Amy says they actually worked on Saturday. Yes, they will not allow the legislature, the Senate, to leave until they have figured this out. That second bill that I mentioned is another one. Those both have to be done before they can hit their August recess, so it's nice that they're actually in there working. All right, let's go to sports.
Okay, you got
I think we can all agree on
go.
sports.
We'll go. We're there.
Chloe Spitzer
Again.
did it again. So it was very sad that we were able to go like a month without any Chloe Spitzer news, but
And
we
guess
got
what? She's back.
big news. All right, Chloe Spitzer named state's top softball player. So recently, Chloe Spitzer was a finalist, along with, if you look in that middle picture there, that is, on the left is Karina Palou. And I think that I probably screwed up her name. Palou, I'm not sure. I better get it down, though, because she is probably going to be...
She'll be athlete
There-
of the week again.
No,
a
she'll
few
be
times.
athlete of the week.
Maybe
She'll-
month, maybe year.
Yeah, she could end up being. So Chloe was our athlete of the year, our female athlete of the year, student athlete of the year. She was student athlete of the month, of the week, several times. Just a phenomenal year. She went on to win the USA Today Arizona Athlete of the Year. So we got a bunch of stats in there, some of the things that she did. It was crazy. She was 20-0, 183 strikeouts in 104 innings, 3 perfect games, 4 no-hitters, and 12 shutouts. She gave up 6 earned runs the entire year and had a .4 ERA. Not too shabby. So she was up for the National Player of the Year. That's River Valley, Marley. You know that. River Valley High School. State champion, River Valley High School. She was up for the National Player of the Year, but that was on, I think, Thursday or Friday, one of the two, and she lost out on that. But the fact that she was there, and the fact that Palou, her teammate, was one of the finalists as well, is awesome. So she moved on to Detroit Mercy, where she's playing up there. But we'll have, I'm sure that the Gianna Moores will just onto the Olympics. That
Yeah.
would be awesome.
I
That
would
would
think
be awesome.
she's got the potential.
She for sure has the potential. And that was one of the cool things. You talk about the Olympics and softball. Jenny Finch, who's from ASU down here, is actually the one that awarded her the State Player of the Year. And, you know, we all know what Jenny Finch did. I wanted to hear you say it. I coached on. I'm a dust devil. Jenny Finch is actually the one that awarded her, and we know that Jenny Finch, what she did in the Olympics. So, all right, today's highlight in history.
Oh, boy.
August 9th, 1945, 3 days after the atomic bombing of Hiroshima, Japan, a U.S. B-29 superfortress codenamed Bockscar dropped a nuclear device, Fat Man, over Nagasaki, killing an estimated 74,000 people.
Wow.
That was game over after that, huh? That was it. It's like, all right,
You're
call it a
done.
day. In 1969, actor Sharon Tate and 4 other people were found brutally slain at Tate's Los Angeles home. Cult leader Charles Manson and a group of his followers were later convicted of the crime.
That guy.
Yeah, you heard of him, Charles Manson?
Who hasn't?
Yeah. All right, weather. Weather's brought to you by Living Waters Hospice, your hometown hospice. Together we can make a difference. It looks like a pretty nice week. 113 today and sunny. 108 tomorrow and sunny. 110, 111, 110, sunny. Although I saw something yesterday where
Still
they're
hot,
thinking
but it's getting cooler.
it's a little warm, but that sometime during the week they're expecting some clouds to roll in Tuesday night into Wednesday. I saw one report said 40% chance of rain on Tuesday, so
No, we'll take it. We need more water around
we'll
here.
take it
Yeah.
for sure. All right, do we get everything?
I think so.
All right, I hope everyone has a great Monday. It was a rough weekend, you know,
Everyone stay safe.
stay safe, stay hydrated.
That's right.
You know, just
care of yourselves.
seems like every day we're getting on here talking about people dying,
I know.
whether it's COVID or it's the river or it's
Yeah.
accidents or whatever. So
Yeah,
just remember to appreciate those in your life.
that's right.
All right, this has been brought to you by the Tri-State Radiology Center. The Tri-State Radiology Center offers same or next day appointments, and they accept most insurances, including Medi-Cal. They have a wide open MRI and offer digital x-rays with your reports ready in 24 hours. Call them today for an appointment at 928-460-7226. Thank you, everybody. Let me wash my truck. Yeah, please do that.
Then it will
We'll
win.
take it,
Yeah,
yes.
that's right.
We'll see you tomorrow for Taco Tuesday. Jeff, thanks.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.